Oh, yes. All right. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, we don't. Yes, we do. No, we don't. It's the flipping internet. Okay, that looks better. There you go. That's 5G for you. That's looking much better. So I'll pop this out. Oh, come here. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Okay, now that one can go. And that can go. That can go there. With a bit of luck, we're going to be live. Oh, look at that. Yeah. There you go. Now I've got, oh, I don't want that. Go away. Okay. But at least it's working. Okay. Now, where's the chat gone? I've lost the chat now. There we go. And if I get that, look. See, you got to retrain me. Yeah, it was sad about his dog. He's had him for 12 years, Brian. Bought him when he was a pup. And I want to have a dog, Dad. I said, mate, get a dog. But unfortunately, you're setting yourself up for a world of pain down the track. And that's it. So anyway, but he's had a good life. Yeah, I'm not sure with Bob either. I got to go back. He's got to get operated on tomorrow. So we'll see. They don't miss you, vets, do they? Crikey. Hang in there. If I can fix the hair, I'll be back. Have to tuck the little guy in bed. There you go. Good on you, Vegas. We'll be here. Don't know what to go. Damn sorry for your son. Okay, now I think we're working. I don't know if this is... What am I watching on that one? Somewhere... I'm going to go to the shed next door, so I'm trying to get this up. So I've got... denture repairs. I'm not interested in denture repairs. Goodness gracious. Here we go. Woodworking masterclass. Live. If this works, I'm going to be happy. Because then I can go next. G'day, Dobie. How are you? All right. So everything seems to be working all right. Well, there's Bob having a yak. You can hear that. All right. So I've got, hello, Steve from... Dobie. And all right. Cosner, g'day. Richard, good morning or hello. Okay, now we'll see how we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to the shed next door, which is in there or there, and I'm going to restore the rubbish. I'm now going to go next door and we'll work on this. So if it's a diabolical stream, apologise. But yeah, I'm just trying some things. I haven't been down the back shed for a while. But I made a new electric lathe. I'll show you that. Not electric lathe, you twit. The lathe's there, but I haven't got a camera in here to show you that. No, I made an electric forge the other day, which was good fun. So I hope you've all been well. Okay, I've got to think here. Now I'll go to that one. All right, I'm going to go next door. Oh, Now, it should be good. And here I am, and it's good too. There you go. Oh, all right. I'll keep that down there so I can see a bit of what I'm doing. And I'll turn this on. And we'll do that. Now, the reason I'm in this shed, this eventually, fingers crossed, Sue's new sewing room. But at the moment it's the only place I could put this table so I can restore it. Over there's my mechanical section of the shed, which has got all the mechanical stuff in there. We've got a sandblaster, and that's the toilet I built a couple of years behind it. What else have we got? Oh, it doesn't matter. Not here to look at that. Okay, so first of all, how can we do this? I'll see if I can. No, pull it up a bit. And we'll try that. How's that? That looks, or does that look better over here? I don't know. I've only got a little screen. Normally I'm working off a big TV screen, but I've only got a little one here at the moment. So this table I have here, it's over 100 years old, and it's a friend of mine, and I said I'd restore the top for him. So with furniture restoration, the number one thing, first of all, people do is they'll grab a sander. Don't need a sander, put that away. Or, if it's really, really bad, they grab an electric plane. Don't need that either, put that away. Or you could use a flapper disc on a grinder. Don't need that either, put that away. Then we'll go paint stripper. Always a good thing. No, don't need that, put that away. Oh, well, I'll scrape it off with a scraper. You could use a spatula, or you could use a Barbie mate or an egg flip, and you scratch all. You don't need any of that, throw that away. It's another scratcher that they use for windows and cleaning out glazing bars. Don't need that either. You could use a sanding block and sander back. Nope, don't need that either. A chisel's always good for taking paint and everything off. Nope, don't need that either. So, what am I going to do to clean this top off with? I'll show you the most sensitive and sympathetic way of restoring antiques like this. Steel wool, methylated spirits. In this case I use DAA because I've got it, and it's a bit quicker and cleaner than methylated spirits, but if you can't get either, methylated spirits is the go. So let's have a look here where there's been several years of sweaty elbows with people sitting there like that and like this, and bits of food, and I notice there's a bit of glitter and glue up this end. This is Queensland maple, this table. So let's go in and I'll show you how well just those two things will work. And I'm going to do the entire table, and I very much doubt if it will take me a litre of metho. I reckon it'll take me half a litre, if that, and then we'll mix up some shellac. Well, I'll show you how I'm going to mix the shellac up. And that's how I'm going to finish this particular job. So this is just ordinary metho. Tip it on. This is coarse steel wool, which I got from the big shop warehouse. It's called, what? There you go. Where are we? Grade 1 medium. You don't want the super, super hard stuff. And then all you have to do, I'll get a bit of rag here. So I'm only doing the top, I'm not doing the legs. Get the steel wool, that's sat there for a little bit, and just very, very lightly rub it over with the steel wool. That's all it takes. A little bit more there if you start to run out. And what I've actually done there is I've cleaned all the grime and all the old shellac off, but I've also left a little bit of the original finish there. So when that's dry, which won't take too long, you rub your hand over it, it's smooth. You've almost taken it back to what it would have been like when it had been polished in the first place. But I'll build up on that polish as well. So that's how easy. Let me do that again. Oh, I'm sorry, I'll read that again. Whoop. Where are we? Oh, this is a pain. I did like Mother Shed. That's how easy it is to reconstitute an old finish. Now, bearing in mind this is shellac, or sometimes called lacquer, sometimes called varnish. You have to test the pieces that you're actually going to work with to see that it'll work. If that didn't work, then it might need something else. If, for example, it was a nitrocellulose lacquer, I would then use the same technique, but I'd use nitro thinners to clean it back. The only thing that really I have found that causes great problems, except for a solid coat of enamel, which then, sure, yeah, you've got to use a sander to get the colour off, is a product I still think, there you go, I still think they make it, called Estopol, made by Wattle, and that stuff will not come off with anything. So then you have to use a belt sander or a plane or something or other, or a card scraper to get it off. But if it's shellac, that's what it is. Bit of steel wool and metho, bit of elbow grease, and now that is dry. And we'll go in really close and you can just see how beautiful and clean it is. And it's given me a really nice surface to apply the new coat of shellac on, which we will do very, very shortly. So that's absolutely beautiful. There it is again, methylated spirits, steel wool. That's it. You don't need any of the big fancy hardware bits and pieces. Quite easy to do. So what I'll do is I'll back and I'll clean the whole table off now, because this is actually going to be a video I'll put up as a standalone. So the stream will stay up for a little bit and then I'll take the stream down and make a little video up. What have we got? You are live and live from Missouri. G'day, Jim. G'day, Wombat. It's lovely to be back. Betty ends up with steel wool. Yeah, you're Brian. You're so right. G'day, Jared. How you going? I'm sorry I can't talk to the camera because I'm in a different shed and I'm doing this, sort of remotely, just using a tablet. But what we will do is I'll clean the rest of this off. Then when I've done that, I'll go in next door and we'll have a chat. So chat amongst yourselves. It really is it's a lovely way of restoring furniture. And you're not abrading any of the timber, So when you put your new coat on of shellac, it's not going to sink in because it's already sealed. It's been sealed by the coat of shellac that you have cleaned and left on the surface. And I had some shellac, and I'll be using gold shellac flakes to do this because that's what they would have used in the 1920s. And we're going to keep it as sympathetic to what it was. I'll tell you what, I haven't improved. I've lost my bottle. Here we go. Not like me to lose alcohol. Anyway. Well, I trust everyone's been keeping well. And for the record, yes, I've missed everybody. It's just been one of those crazy times, not only in the world, but in our place as well. Yuck. It really is. I mean, you could if you want to. You could wear gloves. Now, you'll notice down here, I don't know if you can see, but I've actually got paper all the way around the apron of the table. The reason for that is because I'm only restoring the top. A lot of the old muck and that comes off the top can go down and mark the apron and legs of the table, which isn't desirable because it means then you've got to clean that off, and guess what? You end up doing a full table restoration. I think I'll have to be going and get a little bit more DAA that. Well, that's coming up all right. I've got into native bees too. I don't know if anyone's seen any of my older posts, but in Australia we have several varieties of native bees, some of which are stingless, which are really, really so nice. So I'm starting to get into bee stuff. I mean, you don't do it for the honey because they only make about 1 kilo of honey in a year, but they're just nice to have in the garden. Fascinating to watch. I'm going to put a video up shortly of about an hour or maybe 2 hours of just the video camera in front of the beehive, and you watch them. They're incredible. If you don't belong, they kick you out. I was watching there the other day and they kicked this little bee out, and he was down on the ground and this big ant was having a chop at him. So I picked him up because I felt sorry for him, got rid of the ant, sent him on his way, picked the little bee up, put him back in the hive, and the bouncers came out and kicked him out again. So that's it. If you've got any birth defects, I'm sorry, you're not going to last in the bee colony. And if you're a bee from another hive and you go in there, same thing. They just jump on you, pick on you. That's it, all over. It's fascinating to watch them. See how easy that's just coming off? I mean, for the record, I've got a few cuts on my hand and this is stinging like bilio, but it's all good. Doesn't that look a lot better? And you haven't got any harsh sanding marks or anything. If I do get any bits I can't get off, what I will do is I'd use a card scraper. I just noticed there's a little bit of house paint on there before. I just use a card scraper to clean that off with. And as I said, I've got a bit of silver glitter up this end that obviously one of the kids at some stage was doing some scrapbooking or face painting. Yuck. Oh. So that's another thing I'm going to get into. I decided I'm going to start making beehives now, just to add to the list of other things I haven't finished. I think I'm going to have to run down the back shed and get some more DAA in a minute, because I just about finished that. It might be alright, this panel. Doesn't come up beautifully though. Yeah, we might get that later. That's the Gary glitter. There you go. Look at that. Yeah, that's one leaf. One leaf done. We haven't harmed the timber, scratched it in any way, shape or form. Yeah, that's looking all right. How's that looking there? Amazing, isn't it? Well, with that in mind, I think I'll just pop next door and have a, will I? No, I'll go next door, have a bit of a chat first. Then I'll go and get some more DAA. Then I'll get back and do some more. Oh. Whoop. Hee-haw, Grandma. There you go. That's good. Look at sticky fingers. Look at that. Yuck. Ah. Ah. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Ah. I used to have an emu bush that attracted native butterflies. I had to stop. Oh, I love them, James. They're good. Oh, you got some, Davey? Yeah, they're awesome. I love them. Yeah, it was funny to watch though. He wasn't going to have one part of it. You know, I picked him up and it was like almost bouncers at a nightclub. They just, on your bike, go on, go. See if I can get this chat out here. Ah. It's amazing how much you forget. There we go. Ah. Ba-da-bum. There we go. Okay. Hello to Peru. G'day, Phil. Phil Spear from Ontario. Brian, good morning. Work in the shed and getting high on matter. Yes, way to go. And a cream bun. Oh, I had a cream bun before I came on. Yes. What type of wood is the tabletop? It's Queensland walnut. Queensland maple. Oh, g'day, John. Oh, well, good on you. That's good as all turned out. I'll just see how much I've got down here. Oh. That sounds like rain thunder to me. Hang on, let me see. Ricardo, g'day, all the way from Mexico. Third time lucky, Wombat. Yeah, we're there. Still wool. Jared, g'day, we're up to there. Ah, yum. Yeah, it is nice looking timber, but oh, that stuff, it's disgusting. It's all sticky and yuck. Oh yeah, you get through all your bits and pieces too, John. That was a bit ugly that got there. All right, now I'll just go and grab some more DAA that's down the back shed, and I'll be back up. So, oh, you can just play. Yeah. What do you play? I Spy, that'll do. I'll be back in a tick. All right, I'm back. Let's go back in. I'll just take that one out and we'll go back there. I don't trip over all these flipping leads I've got everywhere, I tell you. Oh, okie dokie. Here we go. Next one. Oh, that was clever. She'll be right. All good. Just, let it slop around, sit on the top and soften it up for a bit. Should have that in there. And got a bit here so we can clean that up. Yeah, nowadays the in thing would be de-wax blonde, which is a clear one, which you've seen me use before, and I do prefer de-wax blonde shellac because it maintains the real colour of the timber, but I'll use golden flake on there because the legs have got that orangey colour, and we've got to keep it all sympathico. A bit of red paint there. Gee, I'll tell you, I don't think I've done a restoration job for years. It's nice to get back into it. I don't know if these are pinholes. I think they're pinholes. People stuck their pencils in. But even that is all part and parcel of the history of the piece. Because with restoring it, you don't want to bring it back to brand new. You want it to look as if it's still old, but being, looked after. So what we'll do with this stream is clean it off. I'll show you how I mix the shellac up. I must admit I mixed some up last night only because I tried some a couple of nights ago and it didn't seem right. So I figured the shellac had gone off, which you don't often hear of shellac going off. But then, when I thought about it, I've had it for about 30 years. So yeah, maybe it's meant to go off. So I splashed out and bought some new stuff. I'll show you what I bought in a minute. And it worked a treat. I'll show you how I mixed it up. And I mixed it up last night, and this morning it was all melted, so obviously that was a problem with mine. It was old. There's only one thing old shellac's good for, and that's putting it in the bin. And no, I haven't finished carving those leaves, and those boxes are still sitting on my bench because no one's come back for them yet. But I've been doing a lot of things on the lathe, enjoying that, been making a lot of tools, doing a fair bit of blacksmithing, and just, I don't know, eating a lot of biscuits, drinking a lot of coffee. I think this, I'm not going to go into it, but this lockdown's sort of knocking everyone around a bit. It's a whole new change of thought processes and ways of doing things. I think we're all coping the best we possibly can. Okay. This is the last leaf here. I just let that. Okay, when I finish this bottle, that's a pint. That's a half pint bottle, that. Oh. Tell you what, it's better than camphor laurel, I tell you. Woo! You got sinuses, this will clean it out. Oh. Theo, are you there? I might be out your way tomorrow. Got to go to Wakeley. No, not to where you think. I might call in there, but see if we can have a coffee. I think that's just about, it's just about got him, I think. Now I'll do around the side of the table. And I'll give it a good wipe down with a cloth and clean metho. And then we can have a look and see if we've got any problem areas that need a little bit of extra attention, or if we can go straight into it. If we can go straight into it, we might see if I can brush on a couple of coats, which would be good. All right. Okay, so that was a pint or metho and steel wool to get the majority of it off. And now what I'm going to do is give it a wipe down with the rags to get any of the dirt. And as you can see, it's pretty dirty. Dirt off. Then I'll go and get some more metho and give it another wipe down with a clean rag until we don't get any of that horrible yuck off there. I'll be with you in a tick. Just go and get some more metho. DAA. What? Oh, that was a trip. Short one. The downside about not drinking alcohol anymore is I don't have any booze bottles around. I used to love it when they had 750ml bottles, because when I mix my shellac up, it used to work out perfectly. So it was 250 mils of shellac. I use a 4-pound cut. I'll explain all that in a minute. And then you just fill the bottle up with DAA and you've got a nice cut. Whoops. Ah! Oh, that's all right. Didn't land on the ground, so it's all right. So basically what this is doing, it's cleaning any of the old shellac that's on there and evening it out and giving me a good base that I can then put the new finish on. You can feel it drag, and then you know you got some muck underneath it. We'll get it as nice and flat as it possibly can. I don't know, so it does have a bit of the old residual up there, which is a bit crazed. So that's all right. We'll just let that dry off. Then I can have a look at it in a little bit. I wouldn't French polish this because it's a dining room table. If it was an occasional table, a side table, yep, I'd French polish it, but French polishing on a dining room table, unless it's super duper, is really an overkill because it's going to get used, it's going to get worn, and it's much easier to repair a shellac finish than a French polishing finish. Even though both use shellac, the applications are different. Shellac, if you're using shellac as a varnish, you can put it on with a brush. I have badger hair brushes. I really don't know if you can buy them anymore. I know when I bought them they were awfully expensive. That was a long time ago. They were still over $100 each. But there again, 30 years later, I still have them, so maybe cost isn't such a drama. Or if you've got a good spray gun, you can spray it on. And we'll have a look, see. A little bit of glitter there to get off. Whoop. Okay. Well, that's looking a lot better than it did when we first started. I'll just let that I don't know if you can see that, there's still a lot of gunk on there coming off. So we'll let that harden up, that'll dry, and then I can decide what to do. But I'll show you how to mix the shellac up. Actually, might take this camera here that you're not looking at, and we might go next door. So wait a minute, let me just move this one around here. There you go. Welcome to my other mess. Oh. There we go. Yeah, it won't cover the flakes when you put it in there. I did this last night and this morning, look at that. It's all melted. And now that is a 4-pound cut. And a 4-pound cut, oh, no sound, what's going on here? Oh, don't tell me. What's going on? What? Oh, I got sound there. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Okay, have you got sound there? Sound's back, good. Yeah, so what I said was, if you get I'm making a 4-pound cut, which is generally what I do with stock. So it equals 4 pounds of shellac to 1 gallon of metho or DAA. So in this case, because I didn't want that much, I have used 4 ounces of shellac flakes and 1 pint, which is close enough to 300 mils, of metho or DAA. I did that last night. It won't cover, when you put it in, it won't cover the bottle. It won't cover the flakes. And you think, oh, I need to put a bit more in. No, because when you wake up in the morning, that's how it's going to look. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to break it down to, 1 part this, 2 parts of shellac, which basically almost gives me a 1 pound cut or 2 pound cut, which I'm going to then use on the table. So I've just got to go and find a bottle to put it in. Let's see how we go. I'd say have a chat. How far? There we go. Where are we? Yes, definitely a well-used table. G'day, Derek. Oh, that's good. AXTG, g'day, how are ya? It's your birthday. Oh, mate, hi, happy birthday and welcome to the teen years. How's that? Awesome. You've got a long life ahead of you. Make some good choices, but make some bad ones, because you learn more from the bad ones than you do from the good ones. But don't tell anyone I told you that. Have a good birthday, mate. All the best to you. Oh, okay, I know what these. When I flicked over to a different camera, like, I don't have the microphone, but that one I do, and that one I do. So I will fix that. Oh, that's extraordinary, John. Thank you so much. It sounds awesome. All right, so I'll go and find a bottle, and then I'll go and get some thing. We'll make a lot up. Now, what do I want? 250 mils of that. Hang on. That can't be right. Oh, yeah, maybe. 250 by 500. All right, I'll be back. I'll be back in a tick. I've just got to go and get a bottle and some more metho. All right. So we're back. Oh, I got some new signs for the workshop. I like them. I'll show some of them to you. I'm going to put a jar up on the wall. That's one of them. Advice jar. Instead of advice, put $5 in the jar below. It will be more appreciated and you will do it less. Keep your opinion to yourself. What's that one like? Yeah. Advice can result in personal injury. That's my favourite, I think. Social distancing is observed 1.5 metres apart, mouth shut. Well, some can relate to that. If you don't know what I'm doing, don't tell me a better way to do it. If you can do it, do it. If you can't do it, ask. If you want to tell me how, go away. There you go. There's a few more in there too. That's just a bit of fun. All right, so now I'm going to cut this down to a 1 pound mix. Oh dear. I haven't got a funnel, so I hope I can. Oh no, it should be all right. So a 1 pound mix, this is a 4 pound stock. Okay, it's 4 pound stock. To use it, I want to use a 1 pound mix, which is what I generally use. So I use 250 mil, if I can find the mils. Is that all right? Okay, 250 mils of stock. Oh, no, missed an important step. Wait a minute. Missed a very important step. I'm just going to go back down the shed again. See, I haven't done this for ages. You people keep me on my toes. All right. It's a good idea to strain it. Normally I like using those paint strainers, and I do have some, but where particularly they elude me at the moment. But you know, you can get them from spray paint shops. They're a paper funnel with a mesh in it. I haven't got any of that, so I've just got some muslin here, which I'm going to poke down into the bottle and then just put that through it. So we got 250 mils. or thereabouts. Okay. All right, 250 mils of that. And we'll tip that through the cloth here. This isn't easy to do, one-handed, you know. There we go. Because I don't know if you know where shellac comes from a secretion the lac bug gives off. So when they actually make the shellac, this is pretty good stuff, this Feast Watson stuff, but it gets bits of wings in it, bits of twigs in it, bits of bark in it, all sorts of, you know, odds and ends. So you just got to make sure none of that goes into your final solution. If I had a bigger funnel it would be better, but this is the only one I could find at short notice. Should be okay. Oh. Does anyone else suspect the glitter on the toe was... Oh, thanks, Davey. Appreciate that. What are friends for? How is Bob and Sue? Both aren't well, unfortunately. John Susie's been cooked for about 6 weeks in bed with a very bad back, but she's soldiering on. She's making beanies like you wouldn't believe, winter beanies. She's made 22 of them so far. And Bob, dog next door, bit him on the cheek and opened his face up last week, and it started to heal okay. And then this morning I noticed he just opened it up again, so I've got to go to the vet. And that lump that was in him when we were streaming seemed to go away and heal, and it was great. But this morning it erupted again in a great big horrible mess. So he's booked in for surgery tomorrow. And we'll see how he goes. And we'll see if we got much stuff. Oh, here you see. Whoops. You can see all that stuff there. That's all bits of beetle wings and bits of stuff from the tree. Now if that goes through and you're doing French polishing and it actually goes while you're French polishing, you can absolutely ruin your job with scratches. So it's always a good idea to strain it first. Okay, now this is a 1 pound mix. I think there's only a little bit, there's only a small amount left. I might put that in there and we'll just top it up. And there's a lot of gunk in the bottom of this. I'll show you when I put the last of this through. Oh, there we go. It wasn't worth worrying about. You can see all that, the rubbish on the bottom. You don't want that in your shellac. Not good at all. Okay. So I think that's good enough. Find a lid. Just ruin one of Susie's good jars. Should be right. Okay. So now what I've got there is a 1 pound mix of shellac. What I will do is, if this is clean, yep, whoa, don't know what's been in it. But now this jar here, good ad for salsa, isn't it? They're great jars, the salsa jars. I won't tip it over the computer because if it goes in there, it'll never be the same again. All right, now that's a 1 pound mix in there. And we'll go next door, have a look at the table, and might put a coat on, see what it comes up like. Oh, it's looking pretty good. I'll just go and get a card scraper, and yeah, how much methyl I've got there? Yeah, and I'll go and get a brush. Here's Bob. G'day, Bob. You're going to say g'day? Poor old bloke, aren't you? Hey, look at that. Got smacked in mouth. Look, you're going all shy on me. He's gone. That's it. He's disgruntled now. There we go. Okay, so I'll just go and get a brush and a scraper, and we'll be back in business. Hey Bob, you all right, mate? It's a rough day, isn't it, mate? It's a rough day. You right there, mate? Looks like it's going to rain. Oh, it does too. Oh, you jit went in the wrong room. Went in the wrong room. Here we go. Now these are the brushes I use particularly for French polishing. Oh. That's a 1 inch squirrel hair, and that's a 2 inch badger hair, that's a 3 inch badger hair. This is the one I'm going to use now, and that's a 1 inch one. So there we go. We'll just have a look around all of this. If I can see anything that's ugly that needs to be picked up, we can just do that. Well, these bits, they're just bits of that glitter. Which I personally don't think was from the 1920s. That's shellac coming off, by the way. It's not timber. Just see where I can see any high spots. I'm just knocking it off. Excuse my back. There we go. All right, I think that's pretty good. A bit thick there. Okay. It's just where it's a bit higher build up than in other places. What should happen is when I put the shellac on, it'll meld with the stuff I've got underneath, and then when I rub it back we should get a nice flat surface. All right, let's go. Let's have a look. Let's have a look and see what we can do. Oh. Well, that's a pain. I thought that was going to fit in there. They used to. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll get a container. Well, that's no good. It's got a hole in it. It's always good to have ice cream containers around because you can use them. Okay. Here we go. I'll put that in there. Now, I don't want to lay this on thickly. And the beauty with these badger hairs is they don't leave any lines, which is what you want. Now it's just laying it on. Nice, straight, even strokes. I'll only give it one coat and then I'll leave it till tomorrow, and then I can see what else needs to be done. It's not like painting enamel. You just got to be very, very light touch when it goes on. And someone once said you got to be like a butterfly with sore feet. Very, very soft. And it's lovely because you can still see the marks on the table where it's like people have been writing with pencil, or you know, there's something there, so it's still got the history of the piece intact. Yeah, see if we can just do long strokes, one end to the other. Smooth it all the way out. Try not to knock anything over like that, which is always always a risk in, for goodness sake, always a risk in my workshop. Okay, I'm just going to go around the edge here too. Oh, butcher's paper. I don't know if you can still get it, can you? It's good stuff. Okay. It's starting to dry in spots. That's fine. Leave it. Don't touch it. The temptation is, oh, I'll just give it another coat now. Oh, I'll just one more coat. No. Leave it until tomorrow when you can really have a look and see what's happening. But I think you'll agree that's come up a treat to what it was an hour ago, an hour and a half ago. There we go. Oh, all right. I'll just put this away and put that in there so I can wash that. Put this away here so we can keep this. So save that for tomorrow. Get some metho and soak my brush. And as I said, I reckon those brushes, I would have bought those in about 96. So you tell me, 96, 2006, 16, yeah, 24, 25 years, I guess. And I don't know if you can still buy them, so there's a bonus as well. The thing I do love with metho, I'm just putting that in there, is it's not wasted, because what I wash my brushes in, it's going to have some colour in it, and I can use that in shellac later on. So I'm not going to throw it away just because it's dirty. Not like turps. When turps gets dirty, you just toss it. So that's it. So I think I'll have a chat, and then I think I might go and have a snooze. G'day, Trev. Dear. Fairy dust from long ago, I reckon it was too. G'day, Vegas, you slipped back in, mate. I hope the young fella went off all right. It's been forever since, mate, we have, I don't think, Twitch days. I think, you did come over to a couple of YouTubies. So I trust you well, mate. Are you still golfing? Are you still managing to get down the range? Yeah, that alcohol I'm using is 100% proof. It's DAA, denatured absolute alcohol. If you can get used to the bad taste. Oh, that's good to hear. Good to hear. Yep. Well, 1:45 in the morning, John. Well, I'll tell you what, it's 2:45 here in the afternoon, and this little old black duck is ready for a sleep. So, 3 months. Like, can you practice your swing in the lounge room? I've got a set of clubs next door. We could have internet golf. I hadn't played for years, literally, possibly decades. And my son, the one who's got his dog that he has to put down, he said, "You want to go to golf, Dad?" I said, "Oh, yeah." And he said, "Oh, go easy on you." And I think I was on the green in 2 on a par 4. Most likely got a bogey on it. And then par 3, I was on the green in 1. And he was impressed with the old man. Of course, then it all came undone on the back 9. I think I did 15 on one hole. That's the way it goes. But anyway, that's it. Thanks again for joining in. It's lovely to be back. I don't think I'm going to do anything absolutely stupid like 57 days straight like I did before. Cause I got to tell you, I'm still getting over that. Still, it was fun. I enjoyed it. What I've done there is I'm going to put into a smaller video. So I might leave this stream up for a week or so, and then I'll put it into the members only section, and I'll put the other video up. So until we meet, g'day Chad, how are you, mate? Oh, I'm sorry, you just come in now, I'm going. Oh, when it cools down, I'll start back up, then come visit. That sounds good to me, Vegas. All right, well, I hope you got something out of it. It was a job I had to do. I can't tell you when I'll stream next, but I won't make it as long as the gap between last time. Busy day tomorrow. Don't know what's happening next week. So it's great to be in touch. Lovely to know you're all still there. And I really appreciate the amount of emails that I've had and messages on Messenger inquiring about our health. We are all good. Says he's just got a bit of a crook back, and yeah, I don't know what's going on with Bob. I'm okay, just getting older and crankier and grumpier. But we're doing a lot of things. So I hope to be back in touch soon. Keep watching the videos. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to get up to 100K by the end of the year. That'd be absolute awesome. I'll give my highs to Bob, and the vet told me I shouldn't give Bob chocolate today. Bob was horrified. He doesn't care what he eats, providing he can swallow it. Thanks, Brian. Will do, mate. Thanks, Wombat. Thanks, Jim. All right, this is Steve. Oh, yeah, okay. Pulling the shed door down and saying, remember to keep it sharp. But more importantly, keep it safe. Look after yourself. Be kind to each other. We'll get through this. And remember the days that were good in the past, and look forward to the days that are good in the future if you're having a crappy present. Because it changes and things get better. They do. I'm living proof. All right, I'll catch you all later. God bless. Bye for now.